is Kevin Fernandez, and welcome to my channel, Genie. Today, we're going to learn how to play the sweet set collecting game, Go Nuts for Donuts. This 2 to 6 player game designed by Zachary Eagle and published by Gamewright. They are just laying out a fresh batch of donuts, and you can smell them now. But other people can smell them and want to stick their fingers in the delectable desserts. Try your hardest to get the donuts that you want, so that way you can be a successful sweet eater. Will you succeed or go home with an empty stomach? Find out as we go to the table and learn how to play Go Nuts for Donuts. Give each player a set of selection cards that equal the number of players plus 1. So these can go all the way up to 7, but since this is going to be a 2-player game, we need just the numbers 1, 2, and 3. And any of the numbers, as I said, it goes up to 7, that you're not going to use can go back into the box. You can take a moment and go through your rule book to read up on the various donuts in the game and their various powers, so you can make strategic decisions based off of that. You create a donut deck by adding or removing cards according to the number of players. Each card has a colored background and dots around its description, the box that indicate the minimum number of players, and it takes to include the cards in the game. So since we are playing a 2-player game, I don't think you can see the dots, but we were going to use these turquoise cards. If we were going to play with 3 players, we'd be adding these pink cards. 4 players, we'd be adding these purple cards, and then finally, when we get to the maximum number of players, we would have these blue cards. Then we shuffle our donut deck, and I'll activate my Genie magic now. Like so. You place it face down near the center of the table. Leave space to the left of the deck for a discard pile. Draw and place cards face up to the right of the donut deck. Then we draw and place cards face up to the right of the donut deck, equal to the number of players plus 1. This is the donut row. You place donut row number indicators above or below each one, but we'll put them above because that's what it says in the rule book. I've been doing it with below in numerical order, 1, 2, 3, starting with the card closest to the deck and moving to the right. The card closest to the donut deck will be referred to as card number 1, and then the one next farthest will be card number 2, and so on and so forth. These indicators will stay in place throughout the game. And that completes the setup. A game takes place over several rounds. To start a round, each player secretly picks which card they would like from the donut row by taking a selection card from their hand and placing it face down in front of them. The numbers on your selection cards represent the position of the cards in the row. Once each player has a selection card face down in front of them, everyone simultaneously reveals it. Then, starting the lowest selection number and counting up, the players look to see if they get to take the card. If 2 or more players pick the same card, no one gets it and immediately discard that card to the discard pile. So instead of me and Jordan picking a 1 and a 2, if, say, we both picked 3, we just discard that card. But since we did pick 1 and 2, if you are the only player to pick a card, you take it from the donut row and place it face up in front of you. All cards you own stay face up in front of you for the rest of the game and are open knowledge. If a card has stars in the corner in its flavor text, in the description border,
That means it has a special power that must be activated immediately when it is taken from the donut row. So the eclair allows people to take the top card of the discard pile and add it to their donut stack, and gets activated immediately when it's taken from the donut row. You just read the text card for the specific action allowed. Competing actions are resolved in numerical order. An important message: you may only activate a card's power when you take it from the donut row. The power does not activate when you get the card from another player, draw from the deck, or take it from the discard pile. So if you took an eclair and got another eclair, you don't get to activate that eclair on top of the other eclair. You have to just take one card, and it can't be an eclair. When all of the selected cards have been taken and all powers have been resolved, refill the empty slots in numerical order with cards from the donut deck. All players should take back their selection cards into their hands and begin a new round. Which plays out just like the previous one. The game ends when there's not enough donuts in the donut deck to fully replenish the donut row. At that point, each player counts their points, and the player with the highest total is the winner. If there is a tie, the player with the most cards wins the game. If the players are tied for both most points and cards, they share the victory and go out and get donuts. And that's all you need to know to play Go Nuts for Donuts. If you have any questions about this game, please put them in the comments below, and I'll get to them as soon as I possibly can. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to be notified for videos just like this. And if you're a big fan of the channel as a whole, consider becoming a Patreon supporter on our Patreon page. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. I'd like to thank our current Patreon supporters. Your donations mean a lot to this channel. And if you're already on Patreon, and that's how you discovered this video, welcome and thank you. Be on the lookout for our upcoming gameplay video of Go Nuts for Donuts. But until then, thanks for the views.